When you're going through a divorce, sometimes what you need is the most giant hug from somebody who's been through it and knows exactly what you're going through. This podcast, Becoming You Again, is that giant hug that you've been looking for. You are listening to episode number 212, and I am your host, Karen Nelson. Welcome to Becoming You Again, the podcast where you learn to step into your power as a woman in this world, where you learn to reconnect to your wholeness, your integrity, and bring into alignment your brain, your body, and your intuition after divorce. This is the podcast where you learn to trust yourself again and move forward toward a life that you truly want. You are listening to Becoming You Again, and I am your host, Karen Nelson. Welcome back to the podcast, my lovely, lovely ladies. Today's going to be a shorter one because I'm teaching you a new somatic practice. Well, it's not necessarily new, but maybe new to you because this is one that I haven't covered on the podcast yet. And I like this one because it's so simple, but so effective in bringing you back to the present moment, into the here and now. But it also really puts you in a place of ownership over your own body and reinforcing that to you and your brain. This is especially helpful, I think, when you are in moments where you feel very out of control, very powerless to all of the things that are happening in your world, in your life, outside of you. This could be things that are happening in your day-to-day life that you're feeling powerless with, which we all know is a big deal when you're going through a divorce because there's a lot of stuff that we feel like we have no say over. We have no power. But this could also be with things in your community, things in the world, things that are going on in this country that you feel very powerless to change. So we want to bring it back to the here and now and remind ourselves that we do have power over some things. You are in control of some things, especially right now in this moment. You are safe and your survival is not threatened in this moment. That's where we want to get to. So, listen, my sweet kittens, I want you to remember that even if you are in the most terrible divorce, that is the most antagonistic and full of conflict, I want you to remember that at any moment, when you need it, you are allowed to stop what you're doing, take a few breaths, and bring things back to the here and now. This is where healing occurs. It doesn't occur in the future where our brain takes us when we're worried about the uncertainty of everything that's happening, everything that's going on. And it doesn't happen in the past when we feel judgmental and anxious about ways we showed up or things we could have done differently or should have done differently. That's not where healing occurs. Healing occurs right now, right here, in the present moment. This is where nervous system support and alignment happens. This is where you remember your power, your direction, and your connection to yourself. This is something that I teach and remind my clients almost every session because being in the here and now is so important to your healing process. I talk with my clients about the significance to our nervous system that these somatic practices provide. And if working with me one-on-one is something that you're interested in, you can schedule your 30-minute consult with me by going to my website, www.karennelsoncoaching.com. It's Karen with an I, KARINNELSON, coaching.com. Or you can just click the link in the description of this podcast episode, and you can do that right now if that's something that interests you. All right, so let's jump into this somatic practice. If you're in a place where you can stand up, please do that. If not, that's okay. You can do it sitting down. Stand up. Give your arms a quick shake. Shake, 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 shake. I'm going to do it with you. Shake. Shake the arms, move the fingers, shake the hands, shake the shoulders, kind of do a little shimmy, whatever you need to do to just loosen yourself up a little bit. Move some energy around. All right. Now, I want you to orient yourself. That means that you are going to look around the space that you are in, look around the room that you are in, or the car that you are in, or wherever you are. Look around. Notice it. Notice the walls, the door, the surroundings. Just notice. Look with your eyes and notice. Be present with what you see. Be present in wherever you are right now. Now we're going to step into some bodily ownership. With one hand, I want you to touch, grab, feel, massage, whatever feels resonant to you, your other arm. And I want you to state out loud in different tones and using different emphases on different words, this is my arm. 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 And continue to do that. And then I want you to switch sides and do the same thing to the other side. This is my arm. This is my arm. This is my arm. And then we're going to move around your whole body. These are my cheeks. This is my face. This is my hair. This is my neck. This is my chest. This is my stomach. These are my thighs. These are my legs. This is my foot. This is my foot. This is my foot. However it feels when you're touching and feeling and taking ownership of your body, state it. Remind yourself of it. Allow yourself to step into that bodily ownership. Allow yourself to be present in the here and now with yourself. Then breathe. Realign and remind yourself in this moment, I am safe. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you today. Use this one as often as you need. I will be back next week.
Hi friend, I'm so glad you're here and thanks for listening. I wanted to let you know that if you're wanting more, a way to make deeper, more lasting change, then working one-on-one with me as your coach may be exactly what you need. Together, we'll take everything you're learning in the podcast and implement it in your life with weekly coaching, real life practice, and practical guidance. To learn more about how to work with me one-on-one, go to KarenNelsonCoaching.com. That's www.KarenNelsonCoaching.com. Thanks for listening. If this podcast agreed with you in any way, please take a minute to follow and give me a rating wherever you listen to podcasts. And for more details about how I can help you live an even better life than when you were married, make sure and check out the full show notes by clicking the link in the description.